Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to TechBits. We're gonna go run through our sorry guys, my phone music volume is a little loud in my ears. Let's turn it down a little bit. Alright, I hope that's good for you guys. Yeah, I'm just testing the audio here, guys. 1 second. I think the audio is coming in twice. There was a new update with Ecamm this week, and letting you take audio directly from an application rather than system audio. And I think I was doubling up my music here. But doing it this way, I don't really hear it. So Daniel, it doesn't sound like the music is doubling. Everything sounds good. Guys, I'm gonna kill the air. I have to figure this out a little bit more later. All right. Anyway, welcome guys. Thank you for dropping by for TechBits. This is where I just go through my morning routine of looking at what tech news is going on out there in the world. So let's dive right to my desktop, to Safari, and take a look at what is going on in the world. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot there. Hey, look at that. Handy Dandy has a new video out today. Looks like he did a little short. Turn Up Tuesday. He does a great job with contracting and hanging doors, and he has a lot of good tips over there. If you're into that, you should check him out. Let's look. Senators again attempt to ban preteens from social media. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, lowering the music volume a little bit. I think that might have been a little too hot before. They're both coming into the same channel, so I can't mix them very well the way Ecamm is right now. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and mute that side of things. All right. What else is going on? How to cook rice noodles, yeah. The S25 Ultra Smooth Zoom. Interesting. Nerf gaming news. Let's take a quick look at what he has in there. He has a very generic description there. Amazon drops Apple's M4 iPad, about $200 bucks. It's always nice. Has there been anything happening this week that's worth talking about? Let me know down in the comments. OAuth direct floor in airline travel integration. Yeah. Trump's chip tariff threats. Yeah, so the talk is that Trump wants to start putting tariffs on chips made outside of the United States, so that all the chips would start being tariffed. I'm not an economics guy, but never claimed to be. But I don't know what that looks like for everything. No, let's do. During his re-election campaign, President Donald Trump pushes an agenda to bring more manufacturing to the United States via tariffs. While Apple has so far escaped the prospect of dealing with the tariffs directly, they may not last for long. Handy dandy. I'm in the market for a new 4K cam. Any recommendations? Yeah, there's a couple. They've gotten really, really cheap. Osmo bot. Here you go. Osmo makes some nice ones. I like the ones that are on little gimbals that could follow you around or zoom in. You know, I like those that you could have control. You could do a lot more with them. So there's this little guy right here. Again, it's, you know, it's all about budget. Let's see, products, the Tiny 2. I'm trying to scroll to pictures, but they want to show everything else but. There you go. It's, you know, it's a really tiny little camera that has a decent sensor. The software is pretty good. I personally do not own one of these. I have an Insta360 Link, one of the first ones. And I'm liking those for my overhead camera and everything. Let's I'll show you what that one is. Let's say Insta360 Link. Oh, well, this is the newer version, which I think they dropped the prices when the newer version came out. They started selling them a little cheaper, but they had competitors like the Oz. I'm not sure. I don't think it's really better than the one I have, the first Link. Insta360 Link. If you find the first one, here's the first one. So you might save like 20 bucks. This is the other one I have. I have two of these sitting at my window, and we could. I don't have any of my lights on at the other desk, so it's not gonna look all that pretty. But we could jump over to one of those shots over there. Sorry, I wasn't set up for this, but so yeah, the light's there. Let me see if I could. So that's a view of an overhead camera, which is the Insta360 Link. That's over my my desk on the side there, and on the lower left there is another one that's facing me. So if I was actually sitting over there, that would work. Now the other thing that's nice about these cameras is they have software. Because they're a gimbal, you could control them. So like this overhead camera, I could spin. Not that we want to see out my window. Let's spin it around the office a bit. Yep, I can't go all the way that way. Let me spin all the way the other way. Sorry, guys. It doesn't really spin full 360, right? It like goes like 340 or something like that. So you have to spin all the way around the other way. Don't mind the messy office. I think because it's upside down and tilted a little bit, I'm not really getting the full angle. But you get the idea. Right, you can spin it around, move it up and down. Works really well. You know, you could zoom in, you could zoom out. Let's jump back over to my other camera. So this is what the Insta360 software looks like, right? This is how I would zoom, spinning, the gimbal, the zoom, and these are presets on the bottom. So you can just hit a button and have it go back to that preset, right? It does 1080, 30. You could go to 4K. You could go down to 24 frames, 24, 25, and 30. And it's pretty solid. Let's see if I could. Again, I don't have really anything set up on that table, but I do have a color card there. All right. Anyhow, let's jump back to the news there. I hope that helped Andy Danny. Those are the two that I would go. That's you know, not that much money. The OBS spot does have some, if you're willing to spend a little money, like that would be probably my upgrade, would be the Tail series. This guy, $4.99, because it could do HDMI, NDI, USB-C. It could record internal. It works wirelessly as well. So it has a lot of those features. It is bigger though, but not huge. But I think it's nice having a wireless camera you could just throw wherever you want and go live. Yeah, and you know, it goes to 4K 30, has a zoom. If I replace those other two cameras, it would probably be with two of these guys. Unless I go true DSLR or mirrorless. No problem, Handy Danny. What we're here for. Okay, let's see. How much passive income? Yeah. Everybody claims. All the ways to file your taxes. Yeah, taxes are coming, right? You should be doing that already. It's January, end of January. How to fix weak Wi-Fi on an M4 Mac Mini when connecting to a drive or dock. I didn't know that was a thing. Let's see what they're saying here. Sporadic reports on social media are talking about how hooking up an external drive to a new Mac Mini is dramatically cutting Wi-Fi speeds. Here's why is happening. That sounds weird. It shouldn't happen, right? Let's say when you hook up a SSD to the unit, Wi-Fi speed drops, right? This is from the Apple Insider. I don't actually see them. Like, the article had a fix, right? But okay, continue reading on Apple Insider, I guess. Go into reader mode. Causes. Oh, I'm not going. Yeah, we know Wi-Fi is like radiation. Wavelengths. Oh, there's a garbage truck outside. Sorry about that, guys. The Mac Mini is aluminum with a plastic lower case. There are no breaks in aluminum for the Wi-Fi antenna. So they placed the antenna underneath. Very thin pin. Okay, that's fine. So I guess the idea is that the whole Mac Mini is metal and aluminum except for the bottom. So when you use these aluminum docks that might have an SSD inside of it, you're kind of cutting off the bottom where the antenna is. Right now you're wrapping it totally in aluminum, and that's defeating the, you know, defeating the purpose there of having the plastic bottom. You know, I'm sure people are going along the way, as I guess that's what they're showing in this picture, right? This is the bottom. I guess this is the little antenna on the plastic. So, I mean, in theory, I guess someone could drill a hole through it and put the antenna on the outside or something. But yeah, that is kind of a little dopey. I guess it's aesthetics, right? I mean, to me, it would make more sense if it was on the side, rather than on the bottom. Fitness apps. Do you guys use any? I have a couple on my phone that I used to use a bunch. What are they? Since I just mentioned it. Yeah, the Peloton app, of course. Strava. Fitbod is what I used to use for weights. And some other little random ones. Morning after the Chinese AI assistant sending shockwaves. Yeah, so what do you guys think of this this new AI, right? DeepSeek R1. So it's made by the Chinese, it's in Chinese servers and everything. But the reason this is shaking up the industry right now and shaking everybody up is the amount of resources it takes to get to the level of where OpenAI is a fraction of what it took for OpenAI and the other ones to get there, right? Without looking at the other articles and looking, it's kind of like a third. So if a third of the resources, so a third of the time, which also means a third of the money. So for them to quickly get to where OpenAI is, with less effort than it took OpenAI to get there is pretty remarkable. I personally haven't, for lack of a better expression, drove it around the block yet. So people are saying it's just as good, or if not better, than ChatGPT, OpenAI. I haven't put it through the paces to know that myself. I know it's also cheaper. It's also a fraction of the cost to use its API. So we'll probably see a lot of people, like almost overnight, leaving OpenAI and going to DeepSeek. Even Claude, which I think was one of the cheaper ones. Yeah, it is a lot cheaper. So I could see a lot of people jumping to it. But I mean, are we jumping to it too quickly? You know, because it is a China-based company. Yeah, you know, I don't know. You know, people like things now and fast, right? And cheap. I have to see how things pan out. I do use ChatGPT for a lot of things. Am I jumping over to it? I don't know. I don't know how much I like the thought of all my data being, you know, on Chinese servers and all that. Yeah, I don't know. I wish Apple would, you know, speed up their AI, and have something more capable, so it would be, you know, I would trust it a little more. But yeah, so that's why DeepSeek is making such a big splash. You know, it's crushing the stocks because of what it did, for the price that it did it and the time it did it. Going here. E-ink tablets. Do you guys still use e-ink tablets? You read on them? I got one for me and my son, one of my sons. And I like them, but it's another thing to carry. So I'll use it if I'm around the house and I want to read a book, but I just don't take it out. If I'm out, I'll just listen to an audiobook in the car or something. Not enough hours in the day, really. Yeah, there's, you know, again, DeepSeek. Again, yesterday, this was all over the place. Facebook Live. And I'll refresh the page, see if we got any new stuff. Parenting meets DDR. My wife and I love Gabriel Iglesias. He's probably our favorite comedian. I think it's a really hard thing to do is to be a comedian with a very clean family friendly show, and he's been doing this for years. He doesn't rely on all the cursing and everything as a crutch like other comedians. There's a new update for Geekbench. It's always good if you like comparing stuff. Comparing computers. New study. What's this new study? Okay, just because I'm interested in that. So again, I have a little script that if I take the URL of YouTube, it will paste it into Gemini and give me my prompt to basically give me a summary of it and give me some bullet points. That's what I just did, just because I don't like watching other people's videos while I'm live streaming. So this is my way around finding out what information. So I guess a new study suggests that EV batteries may last much longer than previously thought. That's great, right? So I know my Tesla, they were saying 10 years. I think I'm about, my first Tesla, I'm at like 6 or 7 years right now, and it's been fine. If we could get longer, I mean, it's diminishing returns, right? So at what point, you know, if you're getting 300 miles when the car was new, it's not just gonna stop working, right? You know, in 10 years, are you gonna be getting 150 miles? I mean, yeah, it's still running, but, you know, at what point, you're gonna drive to the corner store and have to come back because there's not much of a charge it could hold. Extend battery lifetime. The study found that dynamic cycling while simulating real-world driving conditions can actually enhance battery lifetime. Yeah, this is good news for EVOs. Data and recurrent auto shows that EV batteries have failed in real world. Yeah, I mean, that's great. That's great. I think Tesla's new Model Y came out. Now we're doing. I have last year's Model Y. Right, this is kind of what last year's looks like, and this is the new version. It almost has that kind of Tesla Cybertruck look to it, but it's pretty neat. It's not a drastic change, but I think it looks pretty neat. How many of you guys have Teslas or looking at picking up a Tesla? We're on our second one now. We've been loving them the whole time here in LA. I must say, I mean, states like New York and stuff, it might not be practical. I mean, gas is still cheap over there compared to what it is here on the West Coast. I mean, we're constantly up at like $5-6 a gallon of gas, while New York is like $2, $3. So out here, you really do have a cost saving. It's kind of like you need to have one to save money, which is why there's so many out here. I do have a referral link if you guys are planning on purchasing one or even doing a demo. It helps us out a bit. I'll leave it in the comment later on. Yeah, let me jump back. Yeah, okay, so we hit all of them. Let me see if I have anything saved that's worth talking about. I just throw stuff in my read later, and there's also stuff that automatically goes in there based on this service that I use. So sometimes, new Apple's now telling us how to update AirPods. I don't think it's anything we didn't know before, and it's not like you could force the update. So are they really telling us anything? It's pretty much put the AirPods in the case, close it, and put it on a charger and leave it for 30 minutes. I mean, come on, that's pretty much what we knew this whole time, right? I don't know what this is. This was put in here automatically. The Slam Ecamm is a 8K 3D. Sure why that got put in here. It got flagged. Yeah, Apple Vision OS 2.3 came out, which is nice. I've been on the betas for a while here. I still treat the Apple Vision Pro as a beta device. I'm not using it for real productivity, so not productivity. Sorry, I use it a lot for productivity, but I'm not using it in anything critical, right? So if I don't have it for a day, it doesn't kill me. But I do put it on multiple times in a day, every day. I do not regret the money I spent on it, even though it was expensive, and that's a big thing with it. Yeah, DeepSeek, again, all these DeepSeeks. Yeah, I guess there's a Homebrew. Hackers are targeting Mac users with malware camouflage as a popular Homebrew tool. Interesting. Yeah, Homebrew is basically a package manager for Mac, right? You could install a lot of other, so we all know Mac's based on Unix, right? So it's a package manager that will let you install basically Unix applications or files and stuff like that. So it's something that, you know, most of us install and run in the industry, but yeah, I guess they're trying to hide it. And if you did have Homebrew installed and you ran something by accident, yes, it would definitely install stuff on your computer. That's interesting. Yeah, so that's all my feeds here. This was yesterday. Have you guys heard of Rhino? So it's an Ubuntu distro. I haven't played with it yet, and I was thinking about doing the install live here. But I wanted to see what you guys thought of it, if you guys have played with it. I downloaded it yesterday, and I was going to go live yesterday until it took like an hour to download the file, and then I was like, okay, I'll just download it, and we'll go live another time. Yeah, I figured I'll just do it live, run through it, hang out with you guys, see what you guys think. If you're interested, keep an eye open for that in the next day or two. I like to try to make some kind of video or short once a day. That's kind of the idea, but life gets away from me. It's I'm not trying to base my life around this. I'm trying to include this in my life, if that makes sense. That's the only way I could do it. And you know, I try to share, you know, the fun points or the interesting points, or I like helping people. You know, you have a problem, question, hit me up in one of the comments on one of the many YouTube videos, and I will respond, or, you know, we hit it up in another live. I am thinking about doing a once a month scheduled answering questions. If I get enough people looking that might be show some interest, or I get a large enough amount of questions, I may go ahead and do that. If that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know what time works for you guys. You know, what time, what days. There's so many different time zones to go live and make live work. It's hard. It's, you know, trying to figure out what works for everybody. But yeah, guys, again, that's TechBits. We'll catch you next time.